This really isn't the way to do this, but it'll work. It'll be better than what it is now. Or is it just kind of twisted on there? That'll keep them from coming loose. I haven't had a problem, but I could see how it'd be a potential problem. Normally, I would tin the wires first and then I'd heat them together. But in this case, I'm just kind of putting a glob of solder on there, and it should hold all right. Especially because I'm going to encase this whole thing with heat shrink tubing. Okay, what I've done here is I've slided the heat shrink tubing over my wire joints. And now I'll hit it with the heat gun and it'll shrink down. Now let that cool for a minute. Then I'm going to slide a bigger piece of heat shrink that the whole thing will slide over, and that'll really clean this up. And then I'm going to slide another piece over this so that I can just plug this back in. Okay, now we're going to hit that with the heat gun again. Now I just need to find another piece for down here and heat shrink that as well, and then plug it in and we're good to go. Well, here's what I've done. I have this loom over it now and it's wired tight into place. Really helped make it look better. I also rerouted the throttle cable and the clutch cable. Also changed the clutch cable because I looked at it and it was just in really bad shape. So what I did is I had a brake cable that was in real good shape on the donor bike over here. So I went ahead and pulled the cable out of the housing and then fed it on through and replaced it, and then I had to cut it off. I need to get one of those little ends for it, if you can see this down here, but for now it's wire tied back here and it's working good. One thing I noticed is this bushing in here has an awful lot of play. Dennis and I might have to look at that. I think there's a bushing in here, and you can see this clutch arm move a lot. I've kind of come to the conclusion, because I can get a new engine for this thing, including the clutch and everything, for $100. What I might end up doing is just letting it go and riding it the way it is. And the clutch in it's a little glazed, but it's not bad. It doesn't slip, but it's definitely not as crisp when you go to start it. So it's probably worn a bit, because Ray was trying to ride it like a motorcycle and take off with the clutch, and these don't like that. And I think it glazed it just a little bit. So what I'm going to probably do, because clutch is $20 and a whole lot of swearing, and I could really use, it's a good strong motor, but what I'm thinking is for $100 throwing a new motor at it when the clutch goes finally. So, and then either rebuild this one or use this one for a template for parts and stuff. But anyway, that's where I am with it. And like I said, I did a lot of rewiring. One thing I'm not happy about, do you see how this is mounted here? I'm thinking about making a little spacer to go in here, just to kind of hold this so it just clamps a little better. Just a little spacer, because if you look at it, it tweaks this little mount here, and it's hard to get it tight enough. And I think if I had a spacer in there, it would force this ear over here that's cracking to it would keep it from cracking. Just an idea I'm playing with.